So we're here at Solar and Storage at the NEC in Birmingham, where we're going to meet with some of the industry leading figures and share those insights with you. Let's go. So Hugo, we're looking to onboard as a Powervault installer. Are you able to tell our customers a little bit about Powervault and why they are such a great company to work with?
Yeah, great. Well, thanks ever so much for coming, Matthew, and we're really looking forward to having you on board. End users specifically like this kit. It's got modularity. It can be installed AC or DC. But the greatest thing about this really is the Made in Britain accreditation.
Right.
That's really important to us. We've been around for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
In many respects, we sort of almost invented the category.
Yeah.
So we were the first people to have a battery smart tariff integration. We had a UK PN contract, and we've done lots of work with utilities over the years, exploring alternate sources of revenue from a residential system. So we spend a lot of time thinking about the technology and how a battery can play a bigger role in people's lives rather than just storing excess solar generated by panels on the roof. So obviously these units are designed specifically to maximize self-consumption of energy, reduce carbon footprint, increase grid independence, but then they also play a role in arbitraging time of use tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
So people can be on any kind of time of use tariff, and the battery will be able to store cheap energy during the night typically, and then discharge that into the home to further reduce people's reliance on peak energy costs. Obviously, in the winter, that's incredibly helpful because the solar generation is low, but their energy consumption is high. So that plays a really important role in the darker 6 months of the year. But what we've done is we've taken it a step further than that. We've introduced some artificial intelligence. So there's some prescriptive analytics in this system that basically forecasts the customer's generation day ahead. It forecasts what their demand will be. It will then reference their tariff, and it will build a charge and discharge schedule that will optimize the battery capacity for them, so saving them more money.
Right, okay. So just tell me a bit more about that. So there are some third-party sort of aggregator integration companies on the market, but what you're saying is that Powervault has that kind of facility inbuilt.
Exactly, in-house.
Right.
And we've designed it with half-hourly tariffs in mind. So we've gone most complicated first and then basically made it work for vanilla static time of use tariffs like the EV tariffs that are available on the market. It's a really nice program. Obviously, this unit is going to exist in someone's home for 10 years. We've seen the tariff landscape just explode with different kinds of tariffs recently. So we think that in 10 years, there is a scenario in which everybody is billed and settled on a half-hourly basis. So residential consumers are maybe even participating in the wholesale market completely. So that's where this kind of unit and this kind of technology plays a really, really important role. Smart Store itself will increase the savings when a customer has a time of use tariff by 90% on average, relative to a battery which is only shifting solar.
Right.
40% for someone with a manual schedule where they're just charging the battery every night off their time of use tariff and then discharging throughout the day. That's quite a suboptimal setup, for example, and it means that you export a lot of the free solar that you're generating from your panels.
So we're here at Solar and Storage at the NEC in Birmingham, and at this event there are, to be fair, a lot of battery companies in the marketplace. A lot of them are from overseas.
Yeah.
You are one of the few British operators.
Yeah.
Can you just expand a little bit about your background as a company and what that Britishness really brings to the party?
Sure. So let me go for the last one first. So what does the Britishness bring to the party? We have all of our service, design, UX, UI, it's all written by a British business. It also, everything that this battery does is communicated with a very secure cloud through our own services. So we know that the data can't leave the country, which is presumably going to be something of great importance maybe already is of great importance now, but is going to be an increased focus in the future. I think what is very important to stress is that the Made in Britain accreditation, we are not for 1 second trying to suggest that we don't have any components in there that don't come from overseas, because we do. We don't have a domestic battery cell manufacturing capability yet, for example. But the Made in Britain accreditation is granted for 2 tests, the substantial transformation of any components that you are bringing in, and also a value add assessment. These systems and these components wouldn't work without our smart bridge technology, so we put 100% of the value on it. And then obviously the substantial transformations that if you were to put these things together and were to try and operate them with some kind of third-party app, for example, then obviously the user experience would be entirely different. The other part of being a local business is that we obviously have an absolute focus on our own market. Right. So whereas obviously there's a lot of global businesses here, and they have scale, yes, but what they lack is that really narrow focus on the UK context. So we can be incredibly reactive to the tariff landscape. We can work with utilities and do have conversations about partnership development with them. And we can be really specialised in how we work with installers who are living within a PAS 63100 context, Part P of the electrical edition. So we can have a very good, very close relationship with installers to be able to offer their customers a really high value service.
So I think what we're saying is that Powervault is a company that holds the same kind of values that we do at Brimstone Energy.
Yeah. And
the equipment you make is built to last.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to do the right thing by the customers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, our mission statement is to transform energy use for UK participants. Our values are very much built around doing the right thing, saving money, yes. Cutting carbon footprint is really important to us. The increased consumption of renewable generated electricity, potentially in the future participating more in grid services to allow us to transition the whole network to a more sustainable future. And that's something that we try and pioneer from the UK for the UK.
Well, great. Thanks very much, Hugo.
Absolute pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you.
Lovely. Thanks.